So, our last topic for the evening, if you've ever wanted to know what exactly happens when two servers merge, well, you're in luck because my server just merged today. So now I can kind of take you through what happens. Step number one, first off, you're going to get an in game news thing about 4 or 5 days ahead of time. You might get something or see something on Discords first, but you're going to get something in game that's going to tell you, hey, congratulations, your server's been picked for a merge. And we'll be doing that in, very, very soon. But they don't actually tell you the date. Then, like the day before, because they do it on Tuesdays apparently. So like Monday morning, you'll get another in-game announcement that's like, hey, by the way, the server's going to go down for maintenance tonight for this amount of time because we're merging your server, and here's who you're merging with, and here's like 4 or 5 frequently asked questions about what happens to like your base and your territory and stuff. But I'll sum it up for you real quick. Territory gets blanked. If your base is in territory, it may still be there. However, as follows the normal rules, if you don't own a territory, you cannot claim it. Like you can't put your shield back up because you don't own the territory. So if your shield goes down, you have to move out if you want to shield up again. But every territory gets reset. Nobody owns anything. If a server or system is full, they will move you to, a nearby system, most likely out here in the baby beginner systems. If you have the same username as another player or the same alliance name as another alliance, they will randomly choose one of you to change your name, and then they will just change it for you to something very generic, and then you'll have to rename it yourself afterwards after you log in. So there are no territory fights on Tuesdays, so that's also a good reason why they do it right on Tuesday. The first events are on Wednesdays, and I don't believe there's any type of cooldown on these, but let's just take a look right here real quick. I think they just follow their normal pattern. So next takeover, right, 2 days, right? So there's nothing fancy going on there. I don't know which one's probably a 1 star up here is probably first, right? 11 hours, so there you go. So Param's coming up, 11 hours from now. Somebody will be trying to contest this territory. Um, it's a good idea to stock up on 2 star and 3 star Isogen because there is no way to mine it when you don't have territory. And since nobody has territory, you can't even go OPC hunting. So if you get that announcement telling you, hey, your server's probably going to be merging, definitely stock up on 2 star and 3 star Isogen. Make sure you have enough to at least do refines for at least a week, if not longer. 1 star you don't really need because there are systems outside of territory that you can use to mine it. You can also get it in the Eclipse systems over here. There are a couple of 1 star nodes as well. So you do have some options to get 1 star outside of territory, but 2 and 3 star not available. So you also are going to need to have your other resources available too, because fighting in a takeover does take other alliance resources, so you do want to make sure you've got a bunch of cores and other things that you need for doing those things. Yep, thank you, Southpaw. In addition, they also send you a bunch of random stuff. First off, hey, a quantum reward. I get a new avatar. Woohoo, yay! Don't look at this. All right, so I have a Progenitor Invader, new rare avatar. Cool. I also get a Territory Capture Kickstarter, which contains 3,000 cores plus some basic 1, 2, and 3 refined. So again, if everybody in your alliance got this, you should have plenty of cores to at least take 1 or 2 territories, depending on the size of your alliance. We also get a quantum gift. 8,760 quantum tokens is what I was given. Now this is a daily claim. Hopefully I didn't screw myself too bad. I can still get them all in, I think. over the course of the next week, as long as I claim them on time. But I did want to save this for the stream so we could talk about it. What do these things do? We'll get to that in a second. And lastly, hey, they gave us a relocation token. Well, isn't that nice of them? Because they may have moved your base somewhere you don't want it, they gave you a relocation token so you can put it where you want it yourself. Well, ain't that sweet? While we're here, I'll also claim my other chests real quick. That's the winner avatar. Well, they don't do I mean, I guess they don't necessarily do a winner loser anymore, but one alliance is picked, or one server is picked to move into the other, so yeah. Yeah. Now, in addition to merging, you also get, what's this? What do we get to use our quantum tokens on? Well, it's a little mini event store. 8,760 is what you are given. You're going to get that 7 times. 8760 times 7 gives you a grand total of 61,320 of these particular quantum tokens. Let's look at what we can cash them in for. I could get nano probes. That's not a really good thing to buy, and the pay rate on it is not very good. Independent credits, these are always a favorite, except at this rate I could probably afford 3 bundles, so I could get 1,500 independent credits if I spent almost all of my currency on that. We've got Tetrions. Yeah, that's not so good. We've got Ultra Gacha. Is that their way of saying they're screwing you over with these Ultra Recruit packs? Maybe. Because one full pack costs 9,500 to open. Don't know why they're calling it Gacha. We're on to them. Freudian slip. You gave yourselves away, Scopely. We know your pack openings are gotchas. 3 starship parts is all I'm eligible for, but this is a pretty terrible conversion rate. 5 frickin' parts. That's it. Who would buy this? Who would buy 5 common parts that you can use Latinum for? Just take that out. Just take it out. Now, I'm sure players in their 40s probably have uncommon ship parts. This account's only level 39, so this is all I can see. If you're a higher level player, maybe it's uncommon parts, and it's at least looking a little better, but they're all the same. And they're all crap. 3-star uncommon materials, you also get 5 for 1,900. Not a really good conversion rate. At best, if I cashed in everything, that's 10 is 19,000, 38,000, so 150. I could get 150 of one material. I mean, it's free, I guess. That's not terrible. Those are all the same there. You've got Par Steel tokens. Okay, that's okay. Not great. Not thrilled. Not excited. 3 million tritanium for 1,000. 300,000 dilithium for 800. I mean, okay, maybe just use up some of this material somehow. Rares. Oh, 1,400 per rare. That's terrible. Cultivated mycelium. This is what we need. This is some jump juice. Okay, 80,000 for half of your event store. Okay, that's one actually people might be excited about. And lastly, we have trait XP, which I know Belair will be excited about if he's still here. But again, you're talking about 20 bundles, so you're getting 26,000 trade XP. Not bad. That'll get you a little bit, 2 or 3 levels of a skill. That's not so bad for your event store. So, yeah, I mean, mycelium, if you're somebody who discos a lot, has some value. Trait XP certainly has some value. The rest of this stuff, not so good. These were okay. It's 1 pack for, I mean, you can basically do, what, like 6 or 7 pack pulls. Independent credits, maybe you take 500 or 1,000 of those to help level up an officer. But overall, not very good stuff. It's just not. Certainly nothing to be excited about. But then again, it's something for nothing, I guess, because you didn't have to actually do anything to earn any of this stuff. But yep. So of course, with new servers now comes the new politics, comes the new ROE negotiations and stuff, and everybody trying to find ways to get along. I'm sure a war will break out in a week or two as people try and flex their muscles. It is a little bit of a weird thing at first, looking at the leaderboards and stuff, because as the day went on, the numbers changed. So you could tell, like when the servers came back up, at one point in time, like our alliance showed we had like 23 players and like 500 million points or something like that. And we were like the number 23rd alliance. It's like, all right, so as they're slowly moving everybody over, or the game is slowly catching up to the fact that everybody moved over. That's what's going on here. So we've obviously already had a number of alliances. I guess people in the whale room kind of knew what was going on ahead of time. People have been talking about us merging with server 119 for a couple of months now. It's been expected. So a number of alliances were already communicating with each other, on the other side. We fought them last month in incursions, so there were some other relationships that were, you know, kind of formed during those times. And you could start to see that, when the things did happen, okay, these guys are probably going to now merge up and work. It's like watching Survivor, right? Like you have the two tribes merge together, and everybody starts looking to see, like, all right, who can I work with? Who can I use to help get rid of the people that I don't like? Uh, and that's kind of what it's coming down to now. And there were some slight changes to our ROE, their ROE. We kind of found a way to sort of meet in the middle on a couple of things. So, but that is basically the gist of all that happens. There aren't any other special events or anything like that. Now it did say something. I feel like if the little notes are still here, you get this little thing here. You get a bundle of starting stuff to get you claiming your materials. 7 days after this, you get your quantum gifts. Here's your exclusive avatar. Good luck. There used to be events and things that they would run. Back in the day when they were merging servers together, they would do like an incursion style event where the two servers would fight each other, and to see who would score more points would determine whether A moved to B or B moved to A, which server got to keep its number and identity. They don't really do that anymore. Maybe they look at incursions data now and just say, well, you kicked their ass last time, so they're coming to you. I don't know. And then there used to be events where you would, instead of just getting these quantum gifts, they would have like events that you would do. Killing swarms, killing Borg, whatever, like a daily event that you would do that would give you these quantum materials. Merger events start Wednesdays. I mean, it could be a thing if there's still events, I guess. But, you'd think they would have put that in. Oh, no, wait a minute. We don't put important details in announcements. We're lucky we even told you about your merger. No, it does say, over the next week, engage in a server milestone event in an effort to keep the threats of the galaxy at bay. So it's a server milestone event. So you're all working together toward a common goal. You'll get some extra prizes out of it right there. It does say it right at the top. I'm just being silly. And then you also get these additional gifts. Assuming you're at least level 10 plus, you can start claiming some of this stuff. So that's kind of how a server merge happens and what goes on there. Some of you have probably been through these before. Some of you may have these to look forward to in the future. That is also a thing when you do merge, as Divine points out. When you are part of a server that merges, you get a bye week for incursions. So you'll get the bye week chests, which, as we know from previous months and other people on newer servers and stuff, is not very good. It is a very low quantity of materials. In some cases, it's actually less than what the losers get. It's like, well, I didn't even get to compete. I should get the middle, like take the average between the winner and the losing team, and that's what we should get. And instead, it's like, you just get this amount, which is less than the. Well, they at least had to play for theirs. They got to get more than you because they at least did something for it, right? It's like, yeah, but you didn't even give me the opportunity to play, so shouldn't I get at least as much as them? No, you get less. You get that much. And then you get to wait a whole nother month. So again, if you were trying to get materials to get like one of those fleet commanders, we already figured out it takes 8 months of winning, 8 wins in a row to get one of the fleet commanders like Seven of Nine or Locutus unlocked to have enough points. God forbid you have a bye week or a bye month or a server merge anywhere in that 8 month window, assuming you can win all 8. So realistically, that's going to push your timeline back again, even further. So now you're talking about 9, 10, 12 months, realistically, if you want to try and get one of those fleet commanders for free.